Hi, LTCF. Bekah here again. I'm excited to do another interview with another wonderful woman who's a part of our church. Today I have Erin Kambenja. Erin, you want to say hi?
Hello. Hi, everyone. Hope you're doing good.
I know. I'm sure everyone's like, oh my gosh, we miss people so much.
So much.
So much. For people who don't know, this is a super new interview series, video series that we're doing that I am interviewing people from our church and kind of getting to know our family members because let's get real, on Sundays, it's kind of like you're in, you're out. I know that's kind of how I felt sometimes before I was serving in the church. So this gives everybody the opportunity to meet people that they haven't really gotten to sit down and talk to. So, Erin, thank you for doing this.
Yeah, of
Appreciate
course.
it. For those who don't know who Erin is not only an outstanding woman, she is a wife to Watson Kambenja. He is a worship leader at our church. She also serves down in the kids ministry, right in the nursery,
Hmm.
a few times every month, and they have a wonderful, beautiful little boy, and then another baby on the way, which we're all very, very excited for. But yeah, so that just kind of gives you guys the background. If you don't know who Erin is, now you do. Um, so Erin, how long have you been a part of LTCF?
So I guess officially as our church, it's been the last 8 years, when we moved back to Tahoe. And then, but I first was introduced to LTCF when I was a teenager. When I became a Christian, I kind of went to different youth groups in town, and LTCF was one of them. So I got to know the Federicis and Shreves really well. And that's kind of how I got reconnected with the church when we moved back, and just got more involved with them. So
Well, that's awesome. Okay. Yeah, because I've done that with you too. I think that's honestly where I first met you, was actually at the First Baptist youth group with
yes.
the whole, like I think you've said before, like the punk rock Christian going, like it
Worship.
was
Yep.
awesome. It was
Punk
so
rock worship. Yep.
so cool. And then
All
our
the
church,
skaters up out in front. Yep.
yes, I totally remember. We were so cool.
Something like
Oh, Father. Um, but okay, so I understand that you got saved when you were a teenager. So
yeah.
after you were saved, what path did the Lord take you on, kind of, from your being saved?
Well, I got, like you said, I got saved when I was a teen. Started going to youth group. I was invited at First Baptist, and um, that was like the first time I've ever heard the gospel, and that was just like, uh, or I guess maybe the first time it's ever really hit me. I probably had heard it before, I just didn't know, and I was just really blown away that I hadn't heard it, and so um, it really, and it was after months of hearing over and over and really diving into it and starting to read the Bible for myself, that that I really started to kind of have an understanding of it, and it just became so real to me. And yeah, so that's when I gave my life to Jesus as a teen. I at that point I had very low self-esteem, really looking for acceptance, and so um, that was a huge change in my life. I just my entire demeanor, my desires changed, and I really became a different person, which was very evident to my family, who weren't believers, and so it was really kind of a tough thing for us. But God brought lots of really amazing people to disciple me and raise me up in that. So yeah.
Wow, that's awesome. I think it's great how God, things and people that we kind of look past, as far as people like who discipled you, who God put in your path to help you along the way, like how important those people are. I think of many life circumstances where I'm like, oh my gosh, like who's gonna do my carpet? Oh, I totally know a guy because he goes to my church. His name's Paul Federici. Like, oh, I need snow removal done. No worries, the Mapes got it. Like, it's just awesome how God kind of, knits us all together.
Mhm.
So that's awesome. Okay, so what did you do after your after graduating? Did you go and travel? What else did God kind of do for you?
Yeah, after college, I went to Zambia to be a missionary. I had done a few short-term mission trips. Actually, my very first one was with Mike Sharif to Mexico.
Oh,
So he was actually kind of my mentor for my senior project, which was about missions. So
oh,
that
that's
was awesome, and that just really started my heart on fire for missions. And so I had a chance to go to Zambia and live with a family and do missions there, and kind of use my social work skills because that's what I went to school for as well. So, yeah, so I went there and I actually ended up there for 4 years altogether. And that's where I met my husband, Watson. And yeah, but it was an amazing time, but it was also a really difficult time for me. Um, you know, there were I guess I was going there expecting to do just like these great, amazing things for God. You think of world missions and you just think of just these amazing projects that people come up with and just these amazing things. And um, although, there was a lot of amazing things I was a part of, I never really felt like I had accomplished whatever that was. And I think that was just me. I don't necessarily think that was God, telling me to do this. He led me there for sure, and he definitely used me, but he was working on my heart a lot more than than anything else. And so so that was it was tough for me. I was also around a lot of Christians that or people that were there as missionaries, as they called themselves Christians, but there was a lot of them that really didn't act like that, in the sense of how they treated other people, how they treated me, how they treated the people they were ministering to. And so it was really like disappointing and eye-opening and kind of like a time of struggling with God. Like, why are, these are supposed to be your people and we're supposed to be your church, but it doesn't look like that. It doesn't look like all the things that you've taught me. And so it was really kind of a hard time for me, kind of dealing with that and really trying to like keep my eyes on him and not on those people. Also on just like I was saying, my purpose in being there and just trying to understand where it is he wanted me and what it is he wanted me to do. And you know what, like, I mean, I was there for 4 years, so I slowly just found that it wasn't going to be this huge project that I was going to open like a school or something like that, but it was just these everyday experiences of, developing relationships with the people and doing these things that I thought were very little that actually ended up being long-term relationships that we still have. We still sponsor kids over there. We still have relationships with people over there that we developed during that time. And so yeah, I think just finding purpose and understanding that God sees things differently than we do, and
yeah.
and we may have a picture in our mind of the way we think things are going to be, and that's not what he has in mind for us. And he has he's developed gifts in us in different ways, and it might be something that looks small in your eyes, but it's big in his eyes. And so so that definitely is something he taught me while I was there.
Wow. So, okay, just real quick, referencing back, or looking back, describe to me how, you've grown as a, obviously now you are a career woman, a businesswoman, I would say. You're a mom and you're a wife. Describe yourself now as that, versus that little kind of a, what's the word I'm searching for? When you were younger, when you had that self-esteem issues, like, do you still have that now? Like, or do you feel fulfilled? Like, you still
Yeah.
have it. Well, I mean, every woman does. Let's get real. But I mean, as a Christian, like, as
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
firm in your faith.
oh, for sure. I mean, I look back at the person I was before I was a Christian, in the beginning of my Christian walk and everything, and uh, yeah, I've definitely grown since then. I even just I can see in my career and in my family, like the confidence that God's given me in certain areas is just incredible compared to what it was, and it really is truly because of him, and I can't attribute it to anything else. Of course, I'm a human, so I struggle with
Totally.
with that self-esteem still, and like mom guilt and and, and
Oh,
wife guilt
girl.
and everything else.
Guilty. Guilty, guilty.
Yes. But for sure, at least now, I mean, I can remember back when I was a teenager, it would just swallow me up, and I would just feel like I just wanted to die, and I just didn't want to be I didn't want anyone to have to be around me, and I mean, I've never had, that kind of a feeling anymore. Like I have hope now, and I have somewhere to go, and I have somewhere to bring my feelings, and then of course God's word just, pours into us and shows us who we truly are, and the lies that we tell ourselves are not true. And um so yeah, it's changed 100%, and at least I have that hope now. So
Wow. Well, I have to tell you, it's super kind of prophetic that you said that, because this, we just put something out on LTCF Facebook page and also on our Instagram, and it's a picture of Mount Talak, and it says hope, and it has
mm,
First Peter 5:10 on there. So that's awesome. So this is totally God's hand in His work. So thank you, Erin, for sharing.
yeah.
I really appreciate it, going in depth of, really finding your purpose. And that's all because of God. So I'm
Mhm.
blessed to be a part of the church and have you in my life.
Yeah, me too. Thank you.
You're welcome. So, all right, LTCF, this is it for now. Be sure to tune in. Maybe next week we have some more interviews coming up. We love you guys, and we know that this is really frustrating and really hard, but God has this. This isn't forever. Heaven
Mhm.
and eternity, that's forever. And that's what's guaranteed if you keep on pushing through and digging in with Him. All right. We love you guys. We'll talk to you soon. Okay.
Bye.